Welcome to Best Google Card for 10 Hero Synergy, a gameplay series where I analyze how the first and to some extent the second Google cards can influence the established strategy for building 10 hero synergies. Today's card is actually a bunch of cards called the synergy cards, that is, cards that give the magic crystal of a particular synergy, faction or role, and I will be discussing how this affects the strategy for building 10 hero synergies with Johnson. Now, let's begin. The synergy cards are a bit of a tricky card with respect to this strategy. If you get a faction card as the first card, then you could potentially get both crystals right at the start of stage 2. However, getting a faction card as the first card brings a special dilemma. When you play the strategy without a faction card as the first card, the plan is to build around the faction crystal you get by buying the magic crystal chest in the auction. However, if you get a faction card as the first card, you already have a faction to build around, and so technically do not need to spend 20 gold to get one. If you spend 20 gold buying the chest and get the same faction crystal, then you win. But you need to keep in mind that you only have a 14.3% chance of getting the same faction crystal as the one you get from the first Google card. So the question then becomes, is it worth spending 20 gold? Personally, I would say no. It is different when you don't already have a crystal to start with, in which case we are spending 20 gold to get direction as to which faction we are to play in the game and paying not just 20 gold but economic stability in the mid game. But when you already have direction given to you by the first Go-Go card being a faction crystal, you're not paying for direction, you are basically gambling. And believe me, if you lose the gamble, you will pay very heavily for it. And to make matters worse, if you miss this gamble, you still have to get the second crystal from a box. So whether you buy the card from the auction or not, it makes no difference if you don't actually get the crystal after buying the chest. So typically when you get a faction crystal as the first card, I recommend not buying the magic crystal chest for 20 gold. Bid normally starting at 0 gold and pay a maximum of 6 gold for it. This way, you will have the economic power to go all in, building the crystal you got from the first card, and can build a stable lineup in hopes of getting the crystal from the next boxes. Now, the situation will be a little different if you don't get a faction crystal as the first card, but then get it as the second card. If you get a faction crystal as the second card, most of the time it will be the same as whatever faction you are using as your main. Although sometimes this game really hates its players and will give you completely unrelated cards. In this case, you've already bought the magic crystal chest, so you've already sacrificed mid-game stability. So if you can get the crystal as the second card, then you are set for the late game and can build your 10 hero synergy. The final case is if you get the crystal from the third card, in which case the rationale is pretty much the same as if you get the crystal from the second card. Basically, the only time getting the crystal card can significantly affect the strategy is if you get it as the first card, in which case you can exercise some caution in going all in for the chest in the auction. Now, onto the game of the day. I'll do Unveil in round 1 to try to get a Dawnbringer crystal. For the first card, I went with Unyielding Spirit. Objectively speaking, Team Mission is a better card as it can give much more gold with no limit, while Undying Spirit is one that can be used in the early game really. And since the strategy is very delicate in the early game, Unyielding Spirit can have its advantages over one like Team Mission that is more of a late game investment. With Unyielding Spirit, you have to start the game with a 5-round loss streak, so you can get the equipment chest by the time you are picking the second Go-Go card. Also, the extra 10 gold from the loss streak coupled with the loss streak bonus gold actually helps recoup the cost of buying the magic crystal chest in a way, so it's overall a good card for this strategy. After buying the magic crystal chest, I got the Ember Lord crystal. To be honest, while I dislike playing Ember Lord, I don't know why it has given me the best average results. Sure, the lineup is weak until you get Moskov, but the marksman heroes, especially Granger and Clint, make up for this weakness a bit as you will see throughout this game. Since I still have to lose the next 2 rounds, I just didn't bother refreshing the shop and left the 4 heroes I had. For the second card, there were no better options, so I went with All-Around Warrior. From Unyielding Spirit, I got a Clawed Stave device, and from the creep round, I went with Berserker's Fury. I then went to level 6 straight so I can start building the core. Badan got the blessing, but I'll transfer it to Johnny when I get him eventually. Now, let's watch the marksman try to carry my mid game. I'll be back by the next Go-Go box. I'd say they did well. I might have done better if Granger or Clint were 2-star. Now, Moskov was available in the first Go-Go box, so picking him was a no-brainer here, since at least I'll have something to carry now. Now my Ember Lord marksmen are Clint and Moskov. I still don't have a journey, so the game really isn't in the clear yet, and I can't afford to go to level 7 until the creep round, so I'll just keep refreshing the shop until then.
Invincible.
I was really happy getting the Ember Lord Crystal as the third Go-Go card, since it means all I need to do now is find Thamos and Martis and I can build 10 Ember Lord. It also showed that picking Moskov in that first Go-Go box was retrospectively the best move. Unfortunately though, I still don't have a journey, so I can't rest easy yet.
Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight.
The game really waited until I was about to lose before giving me my first journey. But then I should be happy that it was better late than never. Many games where I didn't get journey at all have really disillusioned me with this shop. Either way, the 10 Ember Lord is complete. Now enjoy the power of a 10 Ember Lord 1-star Moskov.
Show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Simon. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
Are you happy now?